Hey everybody, Becca here. I am going to do week 19 with y'all this week. I did want to say next week we actually have off. We normally do 3 weeks on, 1 week off. We just came back for 1 week and we're actually getting off again so that we can attend the Great Homeschool Convention, the Southeast one, and then we'll finish out the rest of the school year after that without any breaks. So I will try to lesson plan and get those videos posted a little bit before I actually do them in class, so I will not have done them with the students yet, most likely, but I will try to get those posted. Also, the last 2 weeks of school, me and my family will be out. We are going to Disney with some of my other family for a couple weeks, so I will try to get those videos posted for you as well, even though I will not be in class those weeks. I will have a sub. But I will try to get all that organized and uploaded for you guys. But this week, I am going to go ahead and start with history, and that was in 1949, the U.S. and its allies formed NATO to resist the spread of Soviet communism. And for this one, I just had one of my parents' phones. My phone actually died in class, so I used one of my parents' phones and used the flashlight. I turned off the lights in the classroom, and I kind of sat close to my board and shined the light on it. And then I also had this little laser pointer that I got from the dollar store. There's 2 buttons. One's a flashlight, and one is a red laser pointer. There you go. And I would give this to each of the students and let them lead us in the history sentence as they followed along with the words. And they really enjoyed that. So that was nice and went fairly quickly. And then for geography, it was trails. So Cumberland Trail, Santa Fe Trail, Mormon Trail, Gila Trail, Old Spanish Trail, California Trail, and Oregon Trail. I'm still doing the dry erase maps with the dry erase markers so that they can trace it and actually get a visual with it. I did use the tune Skip to My Lou, so it went like this. Trails. Cumberland Road, Santa Fe Trail, Mormon Trail, Gila Trail, Old Spanish Trail, California Trail, and the Oregon Trail. And then we just sang that while they traced them. So that was geography. And I did also use, we have a large blown up map. We used that one twice through so that they could see it the way that they would for Memory Master as well. Sentence parts predicate. This one, I did it to He's a Jolly Good Fellow. So it went, sentence parts predicate. The predicate is that part of a sentence that says something about the subject. And for this one, we said it once, we sang it a few times, and the last 4 times, we had one of the parents go out of the room, and I let the kids tell me where they wanted to hide one of our dry erase markers. So we had the dry erase marker, and when the parent came in, we would sing that song louder or quieter depending on how close that parent got to the marker. So kind of like Hot or Cold, but with the song, and we would get louder the closer he got to the marker. So that was a lot of fun. We actually sang it more like 10 times doing it that way, but they got it that way, and it was a lot of fun. They enjoyed that. So I'll probably do that one again here shortly. For Latin, John 1:5, I did echo, so I would let each of the students tell us how they wanted to say it. So they would say it, and we would say it the way that they wanted to, or the way that they did. So some did it kind of silly, one did it quiet, one wanted to do it super slow, and so we would just mimic them, and that's how we did Latin 7 times. For math, the area of a circle equals pi 3.14 times the radius squared. A equals pi r squared. I have little popsicle sticks that I've written exercises on, so jumping jacks, jump rope, push-ups, sit-ups, crunches, lunges, things like that. And so I have a bag of those, and one student will draw one, and then we'll say the math while they do that exercise. The next student will draw another one. We'll do the math while they say the exercise. And I used a bit of a rhythm with it, and it went, the area of a circle equals pi 3.14 times the radius squared. A equals pi r squared. And we would just use that rhythm with each time that we did it to the exercises. So that was also good. They got out some energy. Science, what do the heavens declare? The heavens declare the glory of God. The skies proclaim the work of his hands. Psalm 19, verse 1. For this, I used sticky notes, and I wrote different parts on. So the question, what do the heavens declare? The heavens declare, and I did kind of draw a little bit of pictures just to help them visually remember what it was supposed to say. The glory of God, and the skies proclaim the work of his hands, Psalm 19, verse 1. And I would put these on the whiteboard and put them all in different order. They would have to start with the question and then put the rest of them in order accordingly, and they all really liked that one. And that also went pretty quickly. And I just said I didn't do a song or a tune or a rhythm to this one. It was just these, and they liked it really well. And then timeline, I did my usual. I laid all the timeline cards out. We said it once, we sang it once. I took some away, and then we'd sing it, and I'd put them back down as we sang it. Then I'd take more away, we'd sing it as I put them back down. The last couple times we did it, I had them do mirror, mirror again, which I paired them up in twos. And so we would go through it, and one student would do movements of some kind or motions of some kind, and the other student would have to mimic them as in sync as possible. And then the next time through, we would switch, and the other student would do the movements or the motions, and the opposite student would have to mimic them as in sync as possible. And that's gone really well, so I might keep that up for a little bit. It allows them to get some movement out while also getting their timeline. So that works really, really good. And that was it for the new grammar this week. For science project, the probability and outcome, I used something off of CC Connected just as my guide. This was by Nicole Liam. This is what it looks like on the front. And then there's also a sheet like these. I printed off 8, let me do that for you, and put them in sheet protectors. And I did use, she went through a couple of problems first that I just kind of based what I said off of, and then the bottom one was the one that we used this for. I put 5 red chips in a bag. We actually had blue chips. I didn't have white, so we used red and blue chips. 5 red, 5 blue, put them in a bag, and went around the classroom, and each student and each parent would draw 1 chip, and then we would check off, which color it was for each turn. So as we went around, they would draw, and we'd check off red or blue. The next person would draw, we'd check off red or blue, and all the way down to 20 and see what the total was. We did have a little bit of time left over, so the next time through, I cut it down to 10 people, and we took one of the red away. I believe it was red. So we actually had 5 blue and 4 red, and it actually was really close there for a while. It looked like the red would win, and it ended up being the opposite. But anyway, this made it really easy. Like I said, her script was fairly simple to follow along with and do in class, and then the thing on the back was also very helpful in doing the tallying and letting the kids tally for themselves. I did take them back up because it's from CC Connected. They cannot take it home, so I did keep these, and I will use them again next time we go through this cycle. So that was that, and that went fairly easy. For introducing orchestra, I mainly went over what was in the guide. I did have a board that I had put together with the orchestra seating and a timeline of the composers, and I had printed off all of the instruments in the back of the guide, and my daughter's water bottle spilled all over it, and the car on the way to CC, so everything was blurred and people were looking droopy on the timeline. So anyway, I'll have to reprint those, and I will show you that next time, but I used that to show them where composers were in what period, and I used the orchestra seating to show them where things would be. I also did I might have left that in class. Hang on just a second. Well, stink. I think I left it in class. I found an I Spy sheet that had all sorts of different instruments all over the page, and then the second page had a list of each instrument, and they had to locate it. And so I just timed them to see who could find all the instruments first, and then they could get a little prize that I have. I just had a little bag in class with some prizes, so that was neat. So I will show you that next time I do my video. I will get that from class because I don't have it with me. So sorry about that, but that worked really well. They got to look at the instruments and associate name with instrument, get the orchestra seating, and go over the time periods and what was involved with those. So anyway, that was orchestra for this week. The following weeks, I will most likely go over the time periods. I will go over the composer that we're going to be studying, and then I love to let orchestra be a relaxing time. So I will put on music and run through the section that we're supposed to listen to, sometimes with the lights off, sometimes with them on. I will have the kids lay on the floor and just soak it in, pay attention to the emotion that they are feeling, what the music makes them think of. And then the second time through, I might have them sit at the table and color a sheet of paper or draw a picture with oils, something that will keep their hands busy while they can listen quietly to the music. So I try to keep orchestra pretty low key, pretty easygoing, so that they learn to really pay attention to what they're hearing and what they're feeling from what these composers have put together for them. So that is it for this week. I will try to get those other videos put together and uploaded as soon as I can. This is an insane week, so I probably won't get to do anything else this week, but hopefully next week I can get some things done before I fly out of town for a week. So anyway, I will try to get that done for you guys, and I hope you had a great rest of the day. Thanks.